What's going on, everybody? This is Master Salim. Welcome to Tap In Tuesdays. Uh, Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, I did watch a little bit of football this weekend, and I'd like to say congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals in their honor. I'm rocking an Evolve to Excel hat, which is the mission and the movement started by my buddy Ethan Woodson, and he's from Cincinnati. And so, due to his Bengals winning, I'll go ahead and rock his hat. Especially since we should all evolve to excel. But the Browns did beat them twice, and so I do remember. But it's February 1st, first day of Black History Month, and for the next couple weeks, Tap In Tuesdays, I'll put a little Black History spin on my talks. And for me, being a Black martial artist, being raised by Black martial artists, and growing up surrounded by so many champions in the sport and martial arts that were able to travel the world and see so many things, the impact martial arts could have on one's life in the immediate future was never lost on me. And understanding the impact that martial arts had, and sort of how it came to be a tool in the Black community is something that I always had an understanding of from just a basic history standpoint. And martial arts has always been a tool of the oppressed, because a lot of times if you're oppressed, it's probably because you don't have the best weapons or the best means to protect yourselves, and so you had to use what God gave you, and a lot of times those were your hands, right, and your feet. And so looking back at my father's journey, starting karate back in the 60s, early 60s, as a Black man, he couldn't go to learn karate from a white dojo. And so a lot of times in the inner city, soldiers or GIs that spent time in the World War II, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, they would come back, and one of the gifts that they would give to the youth is that they would share techniques and skills with them to sort of help them protect themselves in the street, help them raise their awareness. And then as they opened up schools, it became a place where they were able to instill discipline to Black youth that entered their doors, and also raise their confidence and give them tools that they can use to sort of survive in America. And not just tools as far as being able to protect yourself, but really looking at tools as far as having a mental fortitude, increasing your situational awareness, and really having a calming spirit where you're able to control and regulate your emotions, and a lot of times survive the harsh realities that America provided Black people forever. But especially in the 60s and 70s, when there was really trying to make progress, as we watched leader after leader be taken away from the Black community. And so going back to my father's journey, starting in the 60s and 70s with the Black GIs, and then moving to the area where white flight, where white Americans were moving to the suburbs, and that left the inner cities pretty overly populated with Black Americans. In these downtown cities, they had movie theaters, and a lot of times the movie theaters would show martial arts movies, right? Cheap kung fu films, double features, 2 for 1, and Black people would go watch these kung fu movies, and after they watched the movies, they would go to the park and they would sort of practice the moves on each other, and a love for martial arts developed through movies and film. And then also looking at the Black exploitation films of the early 70s, when you look at a Black Belt Jones or a Three the Hard Way, looking at some of the Jim Kellys, the Jim Browns, right? They were always kicking, they were always punching, they were always chopping people down, and so martial arts in Black America, right, always had a fond relationship and appreciation and a love for the culture. And I won't go too far as thinking of Africa and Asia, but we can go there. Maybe one day this month. But just for a start, just tap in Tuesdays, a little bit of story time this evening before you go to bed. Next week I'll probably give you guys my top 10 black martial artists all time, and we'll see how it go. I got some time to think of it, but a top 10 black martial artists in my life. But this is Tap In Tuesdays. This is Master Salim. I hope you learned a little something from my talk. Peace out. Tap in. See you guys next week. Later.